around and ask everyone their top tip for a stupidly frothy market, and what agents should be doing that they could do today to make themselves different. So I'm going to start with Matt Gilpin.
Well, I'm going to focus on that last question very quickly, because that's the number one thing we're hearing and seeing is get the conveyancer involved quicker and give them more information. So not just the EPC if they're lucky, a memorandum of sale, fire the brochure at them, fire our reports at them, fire it, just everything you possibly can at them, and why not when you're listing the property. So if you know pretty much who you're going to be sending the deal to, then get them involved ASAP.
You lot got that new thing with the service charge and the lease, which I thought was amazing as well. So again, a big shout out for the Spriff there. Andy Younger.
I'll answer your last question rather than the previous question as Matt did. my one piece of advice to agents today, and I'm not the only one saying this in this particular market, but right now all business owners have had the opportunity over the last few months, and if they haven't done this, they've really missed the boat, to reassess everything they do, all of their processes, measure their effectiveness, look to drive efficiency, take fat out of the business where they can, drive cost benefits into the business, look to be able to then move and invest in new technologies and things to deal with changing consumer behaviour. So the one thing I would say to people is look for your outsourced partners, look for people who are experts in their field, who can sort of ease the burden for them internally in their businesses and drive greater efficiency and ultimately drive more profit through to the bottom line.
Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I would say unquestionably look after those leads. I mean, this is an unprecedented time, and whether you utilise technology or whether you want to continue to operate the way you are, I think that it's never going to be like this again, or certainly not for a very long time. And this is your time to shine, and this is your time to basically be in a position where you can have those customers, hold them close, and make sure as you go forward that you can re-engage them and keep the business and the leads and the performance of where you are in the future. I think is probably the key thing. It's exceptional at the moment.
Thank you, Chris. And over to Ben Sellers, Mr. Website and Digital Marketing himself. Talk to me about it.
Well, I would say give up on believing that things are going to go back to how they used to be. Literally bin all of that, because as you said, you only need to drive past the stations. It's completely empty. I do not believe everyone that I'm speaking to, they are already changing. And the reason they're changing is that the smart ones have learnt that embracing this new way of operating, because it actually is working, and in many cases much better, giving you much more time. So put in your automations, plan them, really think, what do they mean, these guys? Can I do it? Plan your automations, put in the virtual hours up front. Just don't kid yourself that going to shake someone's hand in person is better than meeting them like this in front. And then really put in all your efforts in actually going to show your love in person with people who have really committed to working with your business and making you profitable. So there you go.